It's what's in the center. What's the bullseye? What is the thing we need to target every day?
Yeah.
That because if you get that right, it just flows out into every other area of your life. We are in the kitchen with our good buddies Mike and Diane and Eric and Kara.
Hey,
Our kitchen couples together again.
the kitchen buddies.
The kitchen buddies.
We'll coin a new phrase. Yes. And it's always good to hear from Shanti Feldhahn. She has a lot of wisdom about marriage that's backed up by research that she does too.
Absolutely.
And so this idea of God first, so important, isn't it?
You know what? Putting God first might sound like marriage 101. It might sound like something, well, you know what? Okay, yeah, it's kind of, I understand that we're supposed to do that. But really, if you really think about it, what does it mean in a practical way in your lives every day to put God first? Not your spouse, but God. Like, what does that look like, guys?
Yeah, for me, it means just aligning yourselves with the same shared values. Because when you're on one accord, when you have those same core values, then that's just gonna make that walk through that marriage a little bit easier, not just for your spouse, but for you as well, because you're gonna go through those same things together and you're gonna have that same spiritual growth together as you're walking through each in every situation that you're going through.
When you say that, it kind of gives me that vision, like, hey, I can see what's transpiring or what should happen here, and when you have that sight, right, it actually opens up a light. And that light is love and trust and all of those things that come in marriage. But not only that, then you get tight, right? Because if you
Okay with the
if you're listening, and kind of following God, and that is your, He says the two shall become one flesh, and so we're really coming together. And when we get it right, it lasts till death do us part.
That's right.
Yeah, so sight, light, tight, and get it right.
Yeah.
I love it. That's so good.
Yeah, it's the acknowledge him in all that you do, and he will direct your path. And
Proverbs
so,
3.
Yeah, exactly.
Come
So
on.
Proverbs 3:6. And our calling in life, in marriage and in career and in life, really is obedience. We're called to obedience, to obey God. And so that would mean, let's take the pressure of success in marriage or success in life off our shoulders and let God determine the success. Our job is obedience.
Yes.
And so let's do that. Let's acknowledge God in all that we do, and he will make our path straight.
Yes.
I think too, in our first year of marriage, this was kind of the hardest thing to do, because you create these habits in your own devotional life, and now you move in with someone, you marry someone, and you're trying to figure out how that fits in your new world. You're like, maybe I like to do my devotions late at night, but you like to go to bed early, or you like to do it in the morning and I like to do it in the afternoon, and it's trying to find that rhythm that now works with your new routine in life.
And I guess the bottom line is you continue to do your own devotional, because our individual growth with the Lord is the most important, because we're going to stand before him by ourselves. But to strengthen your marriage, to do it together, I love that, to find a way then to incorporate that habit so that it's the two of you doing it together.
That's exactly it.
That's good. I like that.
That's
Well,
awesome.
Shanti, when she was doing that little teaching there, she said it in a couple different ways. She said God first, and so then you think, okay, up here, and then she also said put God at the center. And then, so I'm thinking, I'm starting to get positionally confused here. Okay, but then it's really two ways of saying the same thing as I thought about it more. And I thought, okay, if you think of it like concentric circles, God is in the middle. The priorities are, you start in the middle, and then you work out from there to then, so it's God, and then your spouse, and then your family, the kids, and then it's the, work and church and all the other things that come out there on the periphery, but it's what's in the center. What's the bullseye? What is the thing we need to target every day? That because if you get that right, it just flows out into every other area of your life. It's almost like the ripples in the pond when the rock hits. You get that right, and it has a powerful influence all around. And so that strength of putting God in the center first is so important.
I love that. And something else Shanti said was, don't look to your marriage to do something it wasn't designed to do, basically. And when we travel across the country and we speak into marriages, there's something that we share called the 4 deepest needs that only God can meet. And those are acceptance, identity, security, and purpose. And we all share those 4 deepest needs. Doesn't matter where we live, what continent we live on, if we're married, if we're single, everybody shares these deepest needs. But the point is that only God can meet them. And so if we start looking to our spouse to meet one or more of those deepest needs that only God can meet, then we're setting him up for failure. Because there's something called the principle of transference. And that states that when I don't look to God to meet those 4 deepest needs, I automatically transfer that dependence onto my spouse. And that's
I don't make a very good God.
no, he doesn't.
Let's face it.
No, he doesn't. And that's a recipe for disaster. So I guess the point is that it really is core in doing marriage well is to first get that first step right. Like you were saying, align yourselves spiritually together first. And then like Mike said, then the light shines out of it. As a couple, like you guys just sparkle. The light shines out of you.
And we thank God for that.
Exactly.
That's it. And another thing is just when we just simply believe that our marriage is a covenant under God, then that will simply strengthen our marriage and our connection together. But first we have to believe that that marriage is a covenant under Him.
It's not a contract that can be broken.
That's right.
It's a covenant that's a lifelong commitment. That is good.
Yeah.
All right, let's put God first, and that is the best thing we can do for our marriage.
For sure.
All right, stay with us. More coming up. Hey friends, we really hope you're enjoying the marriage conversations here on our A Better Us YouTube channel.
We have hundreds of more helpful marriage videos designed to give you hope and tools to make your marriage even better.
Right. And you can see just a few options we think you might like here and here. So keep exploring.
Oh, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here so you don't miss out on all the great marriage help we have coming your way all the time.